Good morning. We're at Hampshire Pond today making an early start for Crucians, and we're fishing specifically with Portsmouth AA today because they're doing a brilliant job of restoring this forgotten iconic species. I'm also delighted to say we've got Professor Mark Everard with us, who just like me is a bit of a Crucian fanatic, so a bit of a cold morning, but everything crossed we can get one or two to show you, and show you a few tips of course. Mark, what is it about Crucians you love best?
Well, they remind me so much of when I was a kid in the home counties with all those tiny ponds that we don't have anymore, and a lot of them had these little frustrating fish that gave you twitchy bites. But when you hooked one, you knew what it was, this little dynamo of power and conveniently going round in circles.
Two very quick tips before we start. Whatever Crucian fishing you do, two vitally important things. One is to make this thing, the depth plumb, your best friend. Kind of, that'll do, isn't an option with these fish. You want it just scraping the bottom, so be really careful when you plumb up. The other must really is nice, delicate, balanced tackle. So I want just the very tip of a slender pole float showing with probably £3 main line, 2 or even £1.5 bottom. And if you don't own a pole, of course, you can always fish a pole rig on running line is another good option. So we're starting really simple here. We will put a line slightly further out because it's cold, but basically both me and Mark are fishing pretty tight in with delicate pole gear right by the cover. So you've got some nice lilies on one side and a nice bank of floating weed on the other. Hopefully just the sort of place some Crucians will sneak in and out of. Like the 2 ounces. Could be a Crucian. Please tell me it's a Crucian. No.
Well, it's a funny shaped Crucian.
But it's a fish.
It pulls by elastic and it's letting
Put that
free.
on the video.
Too late. Get a yellow one please next time, alright? It's fantastic to see that as the sun comes up we've got some of Portsmouth's elite here, and they're using everything from split cane to state-of-the-art carbon. However, we still have not got our Crucian. So we've got our best men on the case now, so fingers crossed. So where are these Crucian chaps? Where are they gone?
The anglers aren't very good.
Oh, don't say that. Anyway, you're not even trying, so...
No, we're the encouraging team.
Okay, you're just cheerleading, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what about you, mate? Have you had any?
Might be the biggest one of the day,
Nice. Well, you've had a gorgeous sunny morning here on the pond, but unfortunately we've pretty much struck out on the Crucians. Had a few silvers, I've had a couple of measly perch, but there's no sign. We've got some good anglers on here as well. So, Mark, what's happening? Why do you think it's been so slow this morning?
Could be because we're here, but it was 10 degrees this morning. The water was 10 degrees.
Yeah.
So it was cold and now it's bright. So you've got the sun, blah, blah, blah. It's a good excuse. We can always find excuses.
We have got another option up the road though.
We'll give that a crack.
We've got Tithe ponds, haven't we?
Tithe Barn Pond, yeah, the lower pond.
Maybe deeper water might help us.
I think so. Yeah.
Bit more
I mean, particularly with a bit of brightness, you know, the fish are going to be more comfortable at depth.
Yeah. Anyway, plan B for now, but we'll keep going and see if we can get one.
And it's nice to know we've got excuses if we haven't.
Oh, it's always good to have excuses at the ready. So a bit of a change of scenery this afternoon. We've come to Tithe Barn Lakes, and there's 3 ponds here. One on the bottom pond. There's all sorts here. Some really big carp in the other lakes in the complex. But this is a multi-species one. It's a bit of a lucky dip, but we've got another shot at Crucians here. So touch wood, we'll find some marks by the reeds here, some lovely looking shallow water, and I'm going to fish slightly further out. So, yeah, touch wood. Oh, Mark, you had me going there. It's not a Crucian though, it's a big slimy bream. Funniest looking Crucian I've ever seen anyway.
It's a male as well.
Right, well done Mark, not quite a Crucian.
Could do with a Crucian this big, but lovely male bream, ready to spawn. You see
Ready to sow his slimy oats, isn't he? Look at that.
Look at those tubercles.
Focusing on that.
Rough all down the body. It's a male ready to do his naughty stuff.
So we'll let him get back to it, shall we?
Shall we? Yeah, can't keep him away from all that fun, can we?
I've got something decent here. Splashing about jagged. Could just be a Crucian. Just when you wonder where they're going, or where they've gone, we've got a Crucian. It's typical, isn't it? Fish the lake where there's not as many of them, and that's where you find them.
Yeah.
There's fish of about 12 ounces or so, I'd say.
14, could even be a pound actually.
I think you're being generous there, Mark. It's a nice fish. I'm loath to pick Mark's brain slightly at the moment because he's in rapt concentration here with the Crucians, which can be shy biting, of course. But Mark, in a nutshell, why are we losing Crucian carp? Why have they diminished to such a great extent?
Principally habitat loss, but also hybridisation with other carp species. The landscapes I grew up with in the home counties were dotted with tiny ponds, rich in wildlife, including Crucians.
That's amazing. You said things like bomb craters as well. It's
oh
incredible.
yeah. I mean, these are tough colonising species.
Yeah.
Bomb craters, dew ponds, mole pits, you name it.
So it's really crucial, isn't it? Not just for the sake of Crucians, it's really crucial that we restore these habitats, right?
Dragonflies, water snails, newts, frogs, all of these wonderful bits of wildlife that are so important for our survival and health. We're just, ploughing them under. Industrial agriculture and urban sprawl have just robbed us of our natural wealth.
Yeah. So hats off really to the Angling Club here for restoring lakes like this one. But we need more of it.
We need more of the native fauna, basically, and the native type ecosystems. Okay, this is a managed system, but it's managed, really well. The Portsmouth Angling Association has 5-year plans for all its fisheries.
Yeah.
And
but it's a win-win, isn't it? If we support the sort of habitats that are good for Crucian carp, we'll support a heck of a lot of the life as well, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. I mean, the swallows are coming in, and they need to eat when they come here, so they need a biodiverse habitat, which they don't always find in a heavily sort of fish managed water, where it's managed just for big fish alone. So they need small pond habitats. They need the kind of habitat that is native to the land we live in. Oh, fabulous. I'm so happy.
Oh, Mark, brilliant. Your turn.
Where to come tomorrow if the habitat's no good.
Fabulous. That lovely convex dorsal. I'll count the scales, but they should be about 33 on the lateral line. Yeah, that makes me so happy.
Well, Mark, that was a really, really satisfying end to the session. It's just starting to get colder, and it probably is time to pack up.
I can taste the beer already.
Yeah, but no, a couple of little takeaways really. I mean, I thought you were going to get more Crucians here because you had the cover, but actually they're a little bit further out, weren't they?
Yeah, well, we fished side by side. I was fishing to cover, and you were fishing in the open water, and you were catching the fish.
Yeah, that's probably the coldness of the water, a bit of rain and low temperatures overnight. Baits,
well, all to dendrobina and maggot for me.
Yeah, same. I know you can go really well on pellet or corn, but for me it's maggot all the way today, and little bits of ground bait as well. But it just shows you've got to chop and change for these fish, because a couple of weeks' time it might be warm. We might get them really tight to cover. That wasn't the case on this lake anyway.
And they might go nuts on sweet corn. or luncheon
Yeah.
meat. Luncheon meat's
So
another great bait for
They're
crucians.
cute fish. I guess that's what makes them fascinating,
Yeah,
isn't
lovely
it? The
fish,
fact you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
kind of chop and change and think your way around it sometimes. But
Yeah.
no, it's been really nice to have your company, Mark. And
Oh, it's been great fun. Yeah.
And big up the Crucian carp. We'd like to see more of them in general.
Crucian, not Crucian carp.
That's some kind of swear word.
Common carp is a cyprinus. Crucians are a carassius.
Yeah.
So we don't say goldfish carp.
Yeah.
So we don't say Crucian carp because they ain't. They're different.
Yeah, that's me set straight anyway. But no, it's been a real pleasure to have your company, Mark. And yeah,
And again,
great stuff.